In today's video, I want to tell you about a decision that I made that completely backfired. It wasn't reckless, it wasn't rushed, it was planned, reasoned, and aligned with what I truly believe was the right thing to do. But I went wrong, spectacularly wrong at first, and it ended up teaching me more about leadership, about empathy, and about communication than any success ever could. So, if you've ever made a decision that didn't go the way you hoped, stay with me on this one. Because sometimes the most vulnerable lesson come wrapped in a little bit of embarrassment and a lot of reflection. So, working as a consultant, I was leading a digital transformation project for one of my clients, and their team had been struggling with extreme inefficiency for months and years, endless manual steps, outdated tools, unclear ownership. So when I identified what seemed like a clear fix, I jumped on it. So I was straightforward. I built my case, put up a plan, and I got the buy-in from leadership. The logic seemed airtight. Efficiency gains were obvious. I was very confident that this change would make everyone's life easier and that everyone would see it as such. What I didn't realize was that while I was thinking in terms of the system and the process and the outcomes, the team was more thinking about trust, uncertainty, and disruption. So when we rolled out the new solution, I expected enthusiasm, and instead I got silence, hesitation, and resistance. Deadline slipping, communication slowing, people holding back. They were not interested. I started to feel frustrated myself. In my mind, it was rational improvement, but in their mind, it was a top-down decision that disrupted the way they worked, and it made them feel unheard and unappreciated. So yeah, I remember one conversation very good. A guy my age, and he was like, "It's not that the system doesn't work. It's just that we don't feel a part of it anymore." And that hit me hard because he was right. A lot of time was spent at making sure that the solution was solid, but not a lot of time was spent at making sure that the team was on board. As the project started to wobble a bit, my first instinct, of course, was to defend it, right? I mean, we made a good plan, leadership is on board, benefits are clear, but well, I couldn't help that stance. The more disconnected the team became, the more obvious it was that something needed to change. So I realized that, when it's not going your way, try to create space for others to actually voice their concerns, um, even if it might be uncomfortable to hear those. So I called a meeting, not to justify myself, but to listen to what the team had to say about it, not the leadership, the people who actually work with it. And it wasn't about technical, a little bit about technical, but mostly about emotional stuff, making sure that, I understood what they thought about the change, why it mattered, what didn't matter. And yeah, making sure that their expertise was actually appreciated. So after that meeting, slowly everything changed. We reworked, redefined, included the team more into those decision-making processes, and giving ownership back to the people who actually worked with the solution. And what that didn't just fix the system; it rebuilt the trust, leadership to the team, and everything. So from that point on forward, the project moved way faster and way smoother than before. Personally, that experience changed the way I lead in those kind of projects because there were key takeaways I could gain from it. There's first, the fact that logic doesn't replace empathy. You can have the best data, the cleanest dashboard, smartest processes. If people don't feel seen or understood, even the best solution, they just won't stick. Lesson number 2: admitting a mistake early is leadership, not weakness. The faster you own it, the faster your team trusts you again. Every minute you spend defending a wrong call is just worthless. Third, reflection is your best teacher. Success rarely teaches you know why. It's just, if it goes good, it goes good. But failure forces you to understand how things could be better. I now build reflection directly into my workflow. I try to really reflect after every major project by asking myself what went well, what went wrong, what was unexpected. And it's one of the most valuable habits that I have developed as a consultant. And maybe, actually, I'm pretty sure you've been there too. A decision that made sense in theory but didn't land in reality. Maybe it was a project rollout, or a new strategy, or a conversation that didn't go the way you hoped. Um, it's easy to internalize these moments as a simple failure and just move forward, but they're actually feedback. And it's about improving yourself. It's about the courage to evolve, even when you are out in public. The truth is, the way you handle one bad call, one bad project, says more about you than a dozen perfect decisions ever could. So, if this story resonates with you or reminded you of a time when the decision didn't go as planned, I'd love to hear about it. Share your experience in the comments. I promise to read all of them. And if you want more reflections, just like this one, on leadership, consulting, digital transformation, then you know the drill. Make sure to like the videos, subscribe to the channel. We can connect on LinkedIn. You'll find the link in the description, both to this video as well as to my channel. And before you go, then make sure to watch the video, which pops up on screen sometime soon, left, right, somewhere. Thanks for watching. Yeah, remember, every setback is just the start of your next lesson. Bye.